Howdy everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome to Breaking the Ice with your host, me, Punkwaddle. Well, I really do hope you have a nice warm cup of coffee ready to go, right? Or maybe ice because it's summer and we're talking about breaking the ice and you know how that goes. And sometimes you want to cool off, right? Even though I'm a weirdo and I just need that hot cup of Joe in the morning. But anyway, either way, I hope you have a big tall one because since I missed last week, there's a little bit of extra ice to break down, right? So first off, I want to say that it's been a couple of weeks for sure, and that it seems like some of the dust has settled. I mean, the metaphorical and actual dust over in the Middle East, right? And I know that the tensions are still high, but some of the stuff that happened and some of the reactions and overreactions seem to have at least calmed down a little bit with the politics and all that, because nobody has an easy answer for this, and we try to do take one step forward and two step back, or somewhere in between, right? So I don't necessarily agree with all the powers that be, but I know that just yelling and screaming about it just, only gets us so far. And since everybody on the parasocial networks has an opinion, right, sometimes it's hard to get away. But one of the best ways to get away is, the summer is for entertainment, right? Now, I know there's some of you guys out there that still have to work the 9 to 5s or, regular work week hours, and you guys are the unsung heroes because while everybody's out there, everybody else is enjoying games and vacations, you guys are making sure the world still turns. That's important. But if you're one of the people who's out there having fun, right? Maybe you're out gallivanting, having a good vacation, you're just enjoying the outdoors. Or maybe you're one of the people that, well, you're always going to be stuck to a screen or a cell phone or something like that because, well, I can only say so much because I'm here a lot, right? But point is, there's a lot of stuff going on, if you're indoors. There's a lot of showcases talking about some of the big games and, stuff that's coming out in the fall because, well, sometimes they don't release the expensive AAA games in the summer when, people might, well, they used to go to the movies. I don't know if they do anymore. But they're all about getting out of the house, right? But conversely, I would say this, that speaking of movies and video games, that I don't know if I'm ready to spend, $80, for or more for a download code. And I am looking at you, Nintendo Switch, because I know you guys are getting a lot of heat over that. And a lot of people aren't sure what to think about the Switch, the screens. There's a lot of product concerns, right? And the thing's only been out a month, so I don't know. And then, instead of when it comes to movies and games, we've seen a lot of the previews for the Borderlands 4 game, which all hopes and kind of looks that way, but as long as it's better than the Borderlands movie that came out last summer. I don't think that's a high bar, but we'll see. But once again, I'm not sure. I want to spend, well, $70, I guess they decided on for the regular story, or $120 or something for all the DLCs when you're not in the promised DLCs that hopefully will come, right? I don't know. Buying a product that exists that is one thing. Buying a game that I actually can have the actual copy of the game, that I don't just get a download code, is another. But paying for something that doesn't exist yet in the promise and hopes it'll exist, I don't know if the video game industry has earned that. I think they've unearned that, right? But then the other thing is, as I've talked about before, there's a lot of the mobile and gacha games, which, if you keep up with that, that this is the time of year when you're announcing new games and new releases, right? Or maybe some of the games you've been playing for a while or thinking about getting into, or having an anniversary event with a lot of extra giveaways and a lot of in-game currency that could help, boost your roster, right? To help you decide if you're interested in doing the dailies or something to help the day go by, Especially in the summer when if you don't have much to do and you get bored easily, they're definitely a worthwhile, thing to check into once in a while. And I will say this, and I've been leading up to this, is that tomorrow is the release of Mecha Break, and because it's big robots, and I one day want to be able to say I am Gundam Waddle. That might not happen anytime soon, but at least I can pretend. So I'm gonna check it out because I like big robots and mechs personally, and maybe I'll let you know what I think about it later. But yeah, so I know there's other, like I said, some toy and figure showcases as well. It's a lot of things going on, a lot of things to pay attention to that, like I said, may not be released till the fall, so you can save up your money for it. But as for now, I hope you guys are out there enjoying the summer, enjoying the great outdoors, or maybe enjoying some good games with some friends, because if we're not sharing life, it's not quite as much fun, right? So that's all I got for today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!